Hi everyone, welcome to Crochet Rocks. This is Veda number 14. Yeah, I think it's 14. So, where do I start? Well, I've spent the whole day virtually on the phone. To the Department of Work and Pensions. I did put a little thingy up about it. I hope you can hear me. I found the clip, but I don't think it will actually, excuse me if it's making a noise. Don't believe it's going to stay on. We'll give it a try. I was just dangling it there, but we'll give it a try. It was under the sofa. It just rolled off. Yeah, so I've been on the phone all day to the Department of Work and Pensions, and this is because, I'm currently class as employed, but I've been off sick and my statutory sick pay has run out. So with the all the kerfuffle with everybody claiming universal credit, etc., I just had no idea what to do about it. And so I was sent a form which was woefully inadequate and didn't really cover, well, anything. I've had umpteen numbers to call, and I mean umpteen numbers. And because there's sort of procedures change daily, because the situation is so huge, what was right 2 days ago is completely wrong now. So over the last 3 weeks, I have rang so many numbers to sit in queues, listening to their recording and their hold music, and only to get hung up by said recording. Or if I do get through to a human, find it's the wrong number and things have changed and you need to call this one or you need to call that one. So I made a claim for universal credit, although I knew it was wrong, but it would get the ball rolling and get them a line of communication with me. So that worked to a certain extent. However, through my journal and the numbers they were giving me all turned out to be wrong. Finally today, I spoke to a human being who said, no, you have to ring this number. And I said, look, I've rang that number so many times. She said, I'll put you through, but just keep persevering anyway. I sat on that number for a good 2 hours. Previously, I'd been through the other number for 2.5. So eventually a lady answered, and what I said originally was, why do they not just do an online form? It would be so much easier just to do that rather than have to keep calling, doing a form over the phone. And she said, oh, it's all changed now, we're doing an online form. So 3 weeks I've been saying this, and it would be so much easier. And now exactly, I finally get through to someone and I've got to do it online. So she sent me the link. You can only actually get that link if you have been invited by them. So I couldn't have accessed it any other way. Postman's outside. So thankfully I've now filled in the form and sent it off, and they'll get in touch with me if they need any information. So whoa, what a absolute mission. Really, I so feel for anyone in this position, or in the position where you're working and you've been furloughed. Shouldn't be a problem, but if you haven't, wow, I've never made a claim for an employment benefit for anything in my entire life, and I always felt like it was such a minefield to navigate round. How do people manage it? But add corona in the mix and self-isolating and everybody having a massive amount of claiming going on, and whoa, that was driving me up the wall. So for 3 weeks it's taken me, but where I had a little bit of grace was that I knew the date that it was going to run out. So although it was urgent for me, it wasn't massively urgent. I've still had time, but of course that time's ticking away. And I kept thinking, if I don't sort this out soon, I'm going to be in the shtuck. So thankfully, I've now managed to fill out the form. But that's only the first stage. So we'll have to wait and see how that all goes. So that was my morning. I would have done my Veda well before now. I usually get it done, apart from I think it was my day drinking in the garden. We won't talk about that. Normally I get it done way before now. So while I was sitting there on hold, I kept thinking of all the things that I could talk about with you. So if you would like to cheer up no end, if you really need something to laugh at, then watch my live stream from yesterday. It's called my Dell Boy Moment. Excuse me, I've been using my inhaler and it's not good. So for those of you who don't know who Dell Boy is, it's a comedy show that was very popular over here throughout the, well, I think it might have been late 70s, all through the 80s and early 90s, about two brothers and first of all their granddad and then their Uncle Arthur. And it was so funny. There was this one very, very famous episode where Dell Boy is in a yuppie bar and he's trying to impress the yuppie women, like the sorts in there, and he goes to lean on the bar and the barman's lifted the hatch up and he just goes whoosh. And so then he gets up and he goes, "Sup up, drink, we're getting out," because he's obviously embarrassed. So that was my Dell Boy moment. Happened yesterday in my live stream. And if you really want a good giggle, then watch it. And the worst part of it was, earlier that day I was in Krista from the Secret Yarneries live stream, and I mentioned that I might go on later, and she said, "Email me when you do and I'll come in." So the one time that Krista from the Secret Yarnery comes to look at me, I put on a gymnastics display. Holy Moses, it could only happen to me, but I take it all in good spirits. Please watch it and have a giggle at my expense. It's so funny. So that's that. Diet started today, but hey, and I know it's a cutting down exercise, especially at the start. Don't like to go cold turkey with sugar, at least, because it affects you when you sleep and gives you a rough couple of nights of waking up. And last time I tried that, I ended up twitching and waking up, so I didn't want that happening again. But every time I go to, I think maybe I'll eat that chicken, I'll have it as a sandwich. I can't eat the bread. Something's saying stop it. So doing very well so far, although it's only been 6 hours. A bit early to claim victory, but I'm doing well in my first day. And the only thing is, I haven't got any scales, so I won't be able to tell you my progress. I won't be able to see if it's working. The only way I'll know is if things start looking looser and this here neck, this here chin decides to disappear. It's the only way I'm going to know. And plus it might be a good thing, really. We're all when we do things like dieting, we weigh ourselves way too much and you can't resist getting on those scales. So pardon me. There wasn't very much I jotted down. That was mainly it. Oh, and the fact that I'm all alone today. Gary had to go back to work and it's my son's first day at work today. So I'm kind of, worrying about them too. And I know I shouldn't. Sorry if that was a bit loud in the microphone. I know I shouldn't worry, but can't really help it, Gary's working on the front line with the ambulances. He's not visiting patients, but they're coming his way, and that's a worry. And Mike's out there in the big wide world, so do kind of, but I know that they'll both be kind of being looked after and everything, so that's not too worrying. But at the same time, you can't help it. It's one of those things that you worry about your loved ones, don't you? So decided to get stuck while I was sitting on the hold. I thought I could be crocheting, so I started making my other seat cushion. It's only a garden seat cushion, really. You can use them indoors. I'm not going to leave them out. They are coming in every You know, they're only going out when I'm out and sitting on the chairs, and then they'll come in. So you could use them on the dining room chairs or something, but I haven't got yarn to make them all match. So I've got two that are this colourway. Now this was the Aldi yarn, and I have to say the last one I made with this, I did it like a big granny square and it felt rough, but I'm doing this one the same way as I've done the others and it feels so much softer. So I am half tempted to undo that one and to do them both like this. The other one with the pound stretch yarn, I prefer that so much more than this, but I really need to choose ones where I've got enough to make two the same. So, and I wanted to get rid of this, so I needed to use it up. So that's, I've started and I've got quite a way through one side. What I might do is when I've finished that side, I might do a tutorial showing you how you can do one for yourself, but if you have a cushion that you need, how you can assess the shaping. Might do that. So then I got this out, and this is the King Cole Cotton Finesse. Remember I got that a little while back and I did a little yarn haul video. Well, I'm going to do some summer tops. Really sorry about this. I've used my inhalers, but they just obviously, this is just moved. They're not not hitting the spot really. Got a bit of an asthma day today. So anyway, here's the colours. They are kind of nice. They're muted tones. There's pink, blue, and this kind of dusky purple, and then off-white kind of whites. And I thought I'd make a nice kind of summer top with them for others, not for me, for slim people. So that's my daughter-in-law's basically. And I don't know how much I've got, how many I'll make out of that. I've got 3 girls to make for, although I'm not sure Victoria would wear it. We would have to see. But I'll get going and I'll do a tutorial on that once I've got it underway. I need to make I'm going to make it like I made the bag, but obviously I can't make it quite so wholly. I'm not sure if I've got a bruise, but something is really hurting here. From my swan dive, my Dell Boy Moment. I know I've got a bruise coming on the wrist. That's fun, yeah. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. It was funny. I have to say it was funny. So, you know, if you're at a loose end and you need to cheer yourself up, get on there and just watch it. There's no timestamp, so you're going to have to watch the whole thing. But yeah. Oh. We've got a show over here called You've Been Framed. It's a shame I can't just sort of like take a little segment out and send that off. And I've just noticed that I left that light on. This is Darth Vader. This is Gary's Darth Vader head, and I don't really want to blind you, but I think Gemma and Mike bought that for Gary, so see I left him on. Bit of company while Gary's not here, I guess. Darth. So the sun's coming out. I've just noticed. Just looked across the sea and I could see the sun encroaching across the water. So hopefully that'll be out. It's been a bit nippy today, I must admit. I actually put a couple of heaters on, only earlier on because I was a bit cold, and I've put socks on. So it's a stark contrast to the last week here. But hopefully that will improve. And I'm sorry if I'm coughing. I need to just sit back, drink my biscuit tea. Cheers, everyone. And let it settle me. So yeah, I feel a little bit more at ease now, because, you know, it was a worry not being able to get that done, and I know that there's hundreds of thousands of people all in the same position, you know, trying to get through all those bureaucratic phone lines and everything else, and they've really streamlined universal credit to make that easier to claim. But if you're one of the people that doesn't apply to, and it's been a bit of a mission, but I'm there now. Well, I've done the form anyway, but that just gets the ball rolling. If they need information or something, they can come back to me. So at least that's done. So today I did notice that Gary got us some seafood out of the freezer, so we'll probably be having something fishy for dinner, but I got lamb out and I thought I'd make a lamb korma because I'm not sure if that's a whole meal that he's got out. So I'll either make that today or tomorrow. Definitely going to bruise there. It's kind of Gary watched it over and over, I have to say. He sat there, kept rewinding it and watching my legs go up. Sweet. He has offered to fix that stool, but I'm not sure that I really trust it ever again after that. But I did used to like that little stool. So we'll see. It depends how sturdy he can make it. So yeah, thanks for watching. And I ought to take that one down so no one ever sees it. But part of me just thinks, nah, just watch it. Just have a laugh. Just, you know, lift your spirits, because that's what it's all about. It's been a difficult week for me, I must admit. I've kind of felt, a few of you have noticed that my mood has been a little downer than normal, and you know, I have sounded a little bit more blur, but that's true because I think it is, you know, I've said this before, it's a roller coaster, and we've had 3 weeks of this now and I've had 4. So it is going to be not the same every day, is it? We're going to have, like, our mental health's going to suffer some days. It's going to be buoyant other days. The sun's going to shine and we're going to feel good and get a good lungful of air and be glad to be alive. And then other days we're going to think, oh my God, you know, and it will really take its toll. And, you know, the last few days I've kind of had, you know, when you've got that, you're in it and you don't know why. You've got that thing that just hovers above your head like this little rain cloud. Well, that's how I've been. And even though Gary was home and we were doing stuff together, I just felt like maybe it's because I know that life is so different. So deep down inside, I'm thinking I haven't seen my sons, I haven't cuddled my grandchildren, and I've seen Gemma and I see Victoria, but my boys didn't come see me. They decided they'd rather sleep, which I did send Mike a message and say, why did you not come to view your mother? Because that's what it is. They just view me through a window like a zoo animal. So I said, you know, I've been on exhibit and you didn't bother to come see me. He said, I've been before and I'll come again. I know Paul was asleep because of work, so I let him off. But Mike hadn't started work, so. And I saw, I would have seen Charlotte, but I'd gone for a walk when she turned up, so I didn't see her. But Gary has, and he saw Sophia when he delivered. Well, he had to go take something to my house, and so he gave us some money, a little bit of pocket money. So yeah, it's a bit, I think that's what gets you down. And the fact that you just can't, you know what it's like. Normally you just think, pop to the shops. Those of you who are able to get out, that is. I know for some of you this is a way of life, and my hat's off to you. Really, anyone who has that for their way of life. It's a sort of an eye-opener, isn't it, to the rest of us. Now we know what it's like to be, I mean, some people are not even as lucky to be mobile and they're stuck in. So, well, we've got each other and we've got this wonderful Yarny community. So, you know, if you need to lighten your spirits, watch, just watch it as many times. Every time you feel down, just go back to my Dell Boy Moment and have a good crack at that. So thanks for watching. Love to everyone. And yeah, I'm fine. I might ache here and there, but I'm fine. You know, nothing untoward happened. So I've challenged Krista, the secret yarnery. I said, now that I did that on Friday, you need to top it. I need to see your gymnastic moment. You know, you've got to top that. I don't think she'll follow that challenge. So thank you very much, and I will see you all again soon. And watch out for those tutorials come in. I shall have a sun top, maybe a skirt, definitely a cushion, and lots of other things. And Chris from Criss Cross Crafts asked me to do a mask extender, which I'll do that as well. So thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Mwah! Stay safe. Bye for now.